I want to welcome you to this course on Revelation and the Doctrine of God. And in these videos, we will serve almost as an introduction to each of the written lessons in your course material. So let me just take time to introduce myself. My name is Barry Brogenshaw. I'm a pastor at Aurora Park Baptist Church and an adjunct lecturer at BDC. I have a master's in systematic theology, and I'm currently in the final stages of a PhD in systematic theology at Southwestern Baptist Theological College, or seminary, in Fort Worth, Texas. I'm very much looking forward to our engagements and our interactions through this course and through the semester. And so before we get into the first lesson on God's universal revelation, I want to encourage you to be fully familiar with the course directives and with the course objectives. Find out earlier rather than later what the expectations of this course is. And if you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. Now, with that being said, let's move on to God's universal revelation, this lesson. Now again, I expect you to work through the course material, and so this video is designed in a sense to get you thinking more deeply on what will be covered in the course material in the lesson that you're about to read. Let's start with an obvious reality. Unless God was to reveal himself, we as finite beings would have no capacity to even begin to understand him. C.S. Lewis wrote on how we don't relate to God as someone who relates to a neighbor upstairs. No, we relate to God as a character in a book relates to the author. In other words, unless the author writes something of themselves into the book, the character has no capacity to understand the author. That's the nature of it. Fortunately, we have a God who loves to be known, who loves to speak and to be heard by his creation. One of my professors in my PhD course put it this way: our God is a babble mouth. He is constantly speaking. Genesis 1 says the following, and listen along. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Now the earth was formless and empty. Darkness was over the surface of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters. And God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. Now, if we were to continue to read, we would see that God said many, many times. Some have put the number at over 1,900 times in the scriptures that God says, or thus says the Lord. And so we have a God who speaks, who reveals himself, and thank God for that. However, in this lesson, what we want to look at, what we want to investigate, is how the nature of God is revealed in the book of nature. He speaks through nature, and it speaks of him. And so what I want you to do through the work is to work through these verses in your notes and to arrive at a conclusion of the nature of the revelation in what the church has historically called the book of nature. To help you on this journey is what has been revealed about God in the book of nature. What does it do? Does it convict or does it save? Does it change us or does it reveal something about God to us? And so I hope that you'll be encouraged in your studies. I pray that you would grow and that God would lead you and that his Spirit would guide you. And again, if you have any questions, comments, or any thoughts, I'd love to hear them. Enjoy your study.